again, it's me, Iris Smith. I'm the owner of the flower patch in Mansfield. Today we're going to just do a small wreath, and we're going to just put the odd bits on, and it's going to be just a basic wreath. So we have these that I've cut down from a vine, as you can see. They're all different lengths. I've got about 4. These 2 are slightly longer. So we're using those. I'm going to attach the vine onto the wreath. I may put some little bits of spruce in as well. They're already, that's the size they came as. So they're already, they're already cut down to size. I don't know if you can see that. And they're a rubbery texture as well. I may put some of these filler foliage in. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll soon find out as we go along. And then I've also cut down some little pom-poms. I hope you can see them as well. This is just to set the wreath off slightly. I'm considering that I may put some of these in as well. I don't know yet. I may just dot them about, as you can see on there. And then I've also prepared the bow in advance. But this time the bow, as you can see, it's got really long tails on. Now the reason for us wanting to do the real long tails, because I want to attach them in different areas on the wreath. So I've pre-done that already. And as you can see, it's got ladybirds on. And the reason for that being, I've got 3 baby ladybirds that I want to put on the wreath as well. Right, let's get started. First, I think we'll attach the bow. I've got a bit of deco mesh tubing in the centre just to give it a different, slightly different texture. Just buff it up, as we always say. I put the longest tail ends, they're going to the back. Right, and the smaller tails go to the front. Or should I say, the longer tails are going to the top and the smaller tails are going to be hanging lower. So I want to fix this. Let me just see where my smaller tails are. Right, so I'm going to fix this and go through where there's some holes in the grapevine wreath. Just in 2 different areas. Sorry if my back's to you. I just want to make sure that the wire's going through. Yeah. So I'll just turn it over. And the 2 wires are through at the back. Just pull on it till your ribbon goes to the base of it. And then just grab together and twist. And then just cut the excess bit off, that's a bit long, and then a little bit that's still sticking out where you've cut it off, turn it over and back into the wreath. And that prevents it from scratching anybody's doors. Right, let's just position this so we know where everything's going to be going. So that's the smaller one. I'm looking for the cream small one, that's the large. There it is. Let's bring this round the front. And underneath. And then the bigger ones, as I said, they've got to just go to the top at this moment. I'll put those around the back. Right, we'll fluff up his bow into how we'd like it to sit. Right, the 3 little pieces of this tail ends are going to go on here. And what I want to do with these is just bring them together. I hope you can see. Just fluff them slightly up. I've got one twisted at the top. And just buff them up like that. And then gather together like that. Get a floral wire or a tie wrap or anything along those lines. And what I do first before, some people don't, but I do just for more of a security, just wrap the floral wire around just once with either side and then twist at the back. So I know that's not going to get on, you know, come undone while it's sat on the wreath. And like I say, just slightly fluff it up and then put these through as well, just like you did at the top here. We'll straighten it all up once we've got everything in and all the ribbons attached. Sometimes it's quite hard to find a gap with the wire, but it does come eventually. Right, and on the back of the wreath again, just grab your wire together and twist it. Just a few times till you're happy that it's secure enough. And then cut it off again. And then turn that wire over back into the wreath. Because we don't want it scratching anybody's doors. So then you just fluff these up how you'd like them. You can either have them all together like that or just separate them. I like them to be separated. And I'm just going to dovetail the ends. So then they're already done. I'm not going to take too much off because they're only small anyway. Now that's those at the bottom done. And like I say, you can still keep buffing up as you go along. Right, now the taller ones, which I have here at the back. I'm going to bring them just slightly under here. And I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to do it in two different areas. So if we just gather them together, and I'm going to put one here and then another one here. You could go across like that and do it to there and meet up on the bottom with that. I like to go at an angle on things. So if you just pinch together, you can have also one longer than the other. So you can have the back one at one length, just slightly bring it up on the other, on the ladybird ribbon and then on the white. So then they've all got the different lengths and they can sit. But today we're just going to gather them all together, just pinch in the centre and gather them up. And then I'm going to place it around here. So if we get another floral wire, and then we go round it again once with each piece. And then at the back, twist again until you're happy that it's secure, and then place it through your wreath. And then just turn it over again and do exactly the same. Gather the wire together and twist. And then turn back in. Because with these little bits of wire sticking out, if you don't turn them back in or put moss over them at the back, then they will scratch the customers' doors. And you don't want the customers coming back to you and saying, you know, you've got to pay for the door as your wreath that you've made them has marked it. I'm going to just tidy those up a bit as we go along. And then we've got all this left back on here. So again, I want to pinch it again, just in another area. Just slightly fluff it up to where you want it. One moment, I've got one longer at the back. I pinch again. And then place where you'd like it to sit. So I'm going to have it here, or in fact, I may have it going across to meet up with that one. So let's do that. That'll make a change. So get a piece of floral wire again. Wrap it around your bow just once, just to hold all the 3 bows together, and twist. And then I'm going to bring this just slightly over this side. Just got to find that gap. It's another rainy day here. Apparently we've got it on the weather forecast, as said, all next week as well. Oops. Fortunately, I don't think that one's going to meet because I've not done it long enough. I think if I tied it down here, it would have reached. So it looks like I'm going to have to put it there anyway. Turn it over and twist again. Right, that's that. So now let's fluff the bow back up. Oops, I can't see the bow underneath. On the ladybird one, I've only done 3 loops. With it being so big, I didn't want, you know, really 4. So just straighten that up how we want it. Just bend it. I think I'm going to put that one over there. You'll find all throughout that you're forever fluffing your bows up. I just want them to sit next to each other. Like that. And the same with this top one. And then also this one. Right, I'm going to dovetail these as well. You see, by doing that, that looks like it's your ribbon, you've got, you know, fluffy ribbon all the way around. So I'm just going to dovetail these ends. And then this one. Right, now we're going to put in as a vine. What we do with this, I've got out our floristry wire, because obviously, as you know, with vine, we put this on and it's just going to hang. So as I put it in, halfway down I will attach with a floral wire onto the wreath to give it that, you know, to hold it into place. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's dip our foliage in, and we're going to start up at the top, just behind the bow, and just follow the green. Just fluff this up because it does tangle. And then that's that one. Then I'm going to use a longer piece to go around here. And I think with this one we're going to have to attach it, because now it's going to be drooping down the sides. So just lift up that again. Place it in. Just unravel it. And then about here, I'm going to attach it with a floral wire in a couple of places so it hangs just there. I'm going to push a few just under there as well, so it looks like it's coming through the bow. Oops, one's come off. So that's how that one's going to sit. I think actually, yes it is, it's going to sit like that. So let's get this floral wire, and we're just going to poke it through over the top of the stem of your foliage. It's quite hard to get through this one for some reason. I don't usually have a problem. There we go. And then we'll wrap it around here to secure it. And do the same again, just twist. This is just going to be a basic wreath today. Just to show you, you don't have to have it as full as what I usually like to do them. Like I say, I can do all different styles. So this is another way to show you how, if you don't like full wreaths like me. And then I'm going to get this bit, I'm going to lean it slightly up, and I'm going to do the same again. Just put my wire through in two different places. Twist. And cut. from? We're always here. So then you have this bit here. That's okay if it's just hanging slightly, because I always have a boundary on the outer side anyway. And I tend to keep within the boundary. So with it hanging like that, it's not going to harm it. It's going to, you know, look quite nice. And I'm going to do the same with that and attach that onto there. It does catch very easily, this. You have to be really careful. Right, let's just get the glue on. Lift up our bow tail end and go underneath. So there you have it hanging. You can either leave that little bit hanging, or you can attach it on. Well, I'm going to attach this one on because I don't want nothing hanging, because I've got my tail ends that hang. So I don't want nothing to go, you know, join up with it. In your wire again. Turn it over. And twist again. I've seen people when I've gone into shops and that, and I've looked at wreaths in shops. Being a florist, you tend to analyse things. It's just something we do. And I spotted that on one of the wreaths. I mean, it was quite expensive and there was nothing on it. I think it was about £35 and there was just a few bits and bobs on it. And it wasn't very full. But I turned it over to have a look on the underside and I saw wires sticking out. They'd not turned them in. So straight away I was like disappointed that they wasn't taking the, you know, customers' property into consideration in case it scratches their doors or anything. So me being me, I sort of like had a little word with them. There's nothing I could do. It was just inform them that I noticed. Right, with this one again, we're going to do the same. So I'm going to put that one underneath. Let it just hang here. So we'll get another floral wire and we'll attach this stem onto it. Turn it over. As you can see, the wires come out in two different areas. Hopefully you can see on my hand, they've popped out in two different areas. So that tells me that, you know, it's going to be secure once I've wired it all and twisted it. Turn it in again. And turn it over. Now, as you can see under here, I do have this little bit hanging low. So what I'm going to do is attach that as well, just there, so it can just spread out like that. So one more floral wire, and then all your vine will be attached. I hope you can see. I haven't zoomed in today because I'm not doing a close-up video. But if you can't see on your TVs or on your, you know, your mobile phones, just zoom in a little bit more. Because I know it can be a bit daunting when you can't see and you really want to see what, you know, what people do. That's it. want to put here. Right, there's your vine attached onto your wreath. As you can see that you still can see your grapevine wreath. We're not you don't have to always cover it up. Some people think that it has to be covered up, but it depends on the style of what you're doing, whether you need to or not. On this occasion, we're not going to be covering it up because it's very basic. Right, I think before we carry on, we'll attach his little ladybirds. And I want one here, just where that ribbon starts. Thinking of one there, and then maybe one up here at the top. So we're going to have to attach these with also wire. So I'm going to take it off of the stand while I do it flat so I can see where it needs to be. So one on there, and I'm going to attach the wire around the ladybird's legs. Just going to do it like I do the ribbon. And then twist underneath. And then attach it. You perhaps can't see because I have hired the camera today, but I will show you once it's in. So it's a lot of wiring up today. Right, there's your first ladybird, which is situated there where I've wired up that ribbon. So we'll get another one, do exactly the same. And just twist, and then sit it in where you'd like it positioning. You don't have to have it positioning on your ribbon. That's just where, you know, I want to put it myself. You can put the ladybirds anywhere. I keep wanting to say ladybugs for some reason. I think that might be an American word. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos to do with wreath making, just for some ideas or to see where they get the stock from. And look, instead of them saying tie wraps, they say zip ties, and I started finding myself saying zip ties as well. I think it was due through watching too much of them. Right, there's the other ladybird. So I'm going to put the other one up here. So then we've got the triangle shape, as I always say. So let's just put the last one on. So cute, these little things. You can get them anywhere. When I've gone to B&M to get some buckets for my florist to put more flowers in because I keep buying them. I spotted a lot of things like this in B&M. Really quite cheap as well. Right, and we'll put this one up at the top here. And there's your ladybirds situated on your wreath. Now I'm going to put it back on the stand and I'm going to start fluffing it up, the bow again. This one's slightly just offset, but not a lot. And that's there. So, oops. So the next thing I'm going to do is put the rest of our things in. And first of all, I think I'm going to put in our little bits of spruce. So what I'm going to do with this is just put the odd one here and there around the wreath, as you can see, and then I will place them in different places. Just go around so you've just got, you know, got a little tiny border, not too much, but just a small border. So that's what I'm going to do now. So if we start and do that, just dip it in your glue, go behind and just bend it slightly up. Oops, got one in here. We'll put here as well. I may add a few more. It all depends how it's, you know, looking at the end. This one isn't sitting right now. That's better. We'll get another one. I think these spruces came in a pack of 40. You can get them anywhere. Amazon. I keep saying Amazon because they do virtually everything. Let me just take that one back out and cut it. Take the old glue off. We'll just put that there. Even just with a little bit of this around the edge, it still gives it that texture. I usually tend to put a lot of foliage in. I'm foliage mad. My favourite colour is green, so I guess you can understand why I tend to put a lot of foliage in. But like I say, On this occasion, it's just going to be a basic wreath. I think we'll put that one like that. How many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could put another one here. Yeah, I think I will. We'll try and use majority of them. But if not, I can put them back in the bag that I've got them in. Just keep manipulating it into the position that you'd like to put them in. It's great that they're wired, isn't it? I may put one there. In fact, I may put actually one coming out there. Yes. So we'll go under the bow. Just manipulate it to sit like that. 2 more. Yes, I think I need one here. I'm following the pattern of the grapevine wreath, and also the way that I'm putting things in. Instead of like one, if I had a bow here, then I'd bring these bits like that coming down from where the bow is, and above the bow I'd have them facing the way they are now. But on this occasion I'm going to follow the wreath the whole way around. I think I've got one more. I don't know where. Yes, I think we're going to have to put it there. Always put your foliage or flowers in and just test them before you decide on what you want to do. And there we go. Could have had one there, really. Just fluff my bow again. Oh, I do this all a lot. Yeah, there's no need to fluff your bow until right to the end, but you know, I just like playing around with it. Right, I have these filler foliage. I'm not sure whether I want to put those in. In fact, they do look quite nice against the red and the red ribbon here. That's one of the reasons why I picked them out, because you know it blends in really well with the darker ribbon. So yeah, I think we're going to put dot a few around. Not too many though. Let's just bend it naturally and fluff it up. I'm all for fluffing my artificial flowers up because I like them to look natural. So we'll put one here and see if that goes in there. You may not be able to see me doing all of this. Like I say, I have moved the camera in a different position. Just bend that slightly in. And these do move up and down your leaves, so you can have them, you know, wherever you'd like. I don't know if you can see the colour, but the fabulous dark, deep burgundy against the green. They look absolutely wonderful. One here, just where the ladybird is. I always say I'm not putting many in, but I tend to put more than I say that I'm doing. So I may use all these. Just fluff it up again. I won't put the middle one in because that's only got leaves at the top, not either at the bottom either. I think I'll just bend them slightly back a bit. One behind the bow. We'll just move the bow. And I think perhaps another one there and one there. Yes, we'll use those. So we are using them all up. With it being Friday, is anybody going out somewhere special tonight? Perhaps for a meal or to go and visit family? Now me, I'm not. I'm having a quiet weekend and I'm going to be just relaxing and catching up on all my programmes. I know I've got accounts work to do as well. And then we're going to put this one here. So I think actually it does have a quite a nice effect with it on, you know, to go with the dark ribbon. Right, I have these little pom-poms and I thought just scattering these around as well, just on there, you know, here dotted around the wreath. Let's just have a look. And don't put too much glue on. And just slide it in and follow the green. On here, so you get a lot of glue strings. The glue follows you out of the glue pan. Right, that's a big one, so I may put that one across the bottom there. I haven't got long stems on some of these. Because with me seeing that I'm only going to go a few times in the front. You see, you can add some more greenery or foliage. You know, you don't have to just leave it as, you know, basic as what I've done it. I think I'm going to put one up here in the corner next to the bow. Just behind here. Sorry if my back's to you again, everybody. I seem to be making a habit of this. So I think we may need one here. Or should we put one there? See, I've only got this one piece left. But if I do add these on, I could put the odd one here. And maybe here. So I'll do that. I'll get 3 out. I'll just put this last one in. So I will put this here. Right, I'm just going to go and get my wired picks to attach to these. One moment. Right, these are all wired. I'm not sure if you can see, but at the bottom of my hand it's thinner. Just here, it's thinner than this bit. I hope you can see that. Well, that's the bit that goes into the wreath, and then you've got all this wide stem to bend and manipulate how you'd like. So first of all, what I'm going to do with this is push it in, make an oval. Don't know if you can see. Just push the wire in like that to make an oval. Now dip the wire in the glue and then put it back in the hole where you had it while there's glue on it, and just push in and just wipe the excess glue off around it, because you don't want to see the dried glue on it, and neither does your customer. So now you've got a full stem on that. So we'll do it to the other two. Again, just pierce an hole in it, get a bit of glue on the end, and just push it back in and wipe the excess glue off. It doesn't take long to dry, it's very quick drying. And if anybody's wondering what glue I use in my glue pan, it's Gorilla Glue. So push that in, take the glue off, and there you have it. So I've only done 3. I may do more, it all depends on what it looks like once these are in. So now, because I don't need all of this stem, I'm going to cut it halfway. And then I'm just going to dip that back in my glue. And then I'm going to put that under here. So that sits, and just manipulate it into a position where you'd like it to sit. And then that just sits there. I don't know if you can see. I'll bring the wreath closer. Can you all see that? I'll lift it up as well so you can get a good look. I will straighten the bow again. I've just got to, get everything in and then straighten it again. I'll put the other 2 in. And we'll cut those down as well. I'll put the other while I'm on it. So I'm going to put one there where there's a bit of a gap here. And then, like I say, I'm going to put one there. So then that gives you your triangle. Oops, just show you like that. So let's get this one in. And we'll just place it going down so it's not in the way of the ladybird. I may need to cut the stem a bit shorter actually. Take the old glue off. Right, let's place it in again. They're very fragile, so I'm trying not to put a lot of force on. And there's that one. Let's have a look how much. Yeah. And then this one at the top. Excuse my back again, everybody. So rude of me. I just need to position it. fluff it up. Excuse me. You put your bow in one position to start with, and then you seem to change your mind as you go along. I mean, that's not a problem. There's no right and wrong in that. Everybody does their own bows different ways. Right, everybody, and there you have it. There's a basic wreath, if you'd like to just have a basic wreath instead of a very full one, like you can see I've got here behind me. So that's just a very quick wreath making. You don't have to put any more in than that. So, you know, there's no law against how much you have in it. So I hope you give it a go. And I hope, you know, in different colours, it'd be lovely. Perhaps in a yellow as well, that'd be nice. So yes, give it all a go and have fun with it. You know, play around with it, and you know, you may even come up with a design better than what I've got. So anyway, that's the design for today. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope that you're gonna go and give it a go. So please like or share on my YouTube account, and also you can, if you want to buy anything, as I do sell all my goods that I make, you can get me on Facebook under the name of Flower Patch. I'm also on Instagram, obviously on YouTube, and I'm also, you'll find me on Google. So if you need to private message me, just go on one of those and I will get your message and I will reply to you. So I hope you all have a great day and stay safe, and hopefully the rain at the weekend isn't going to deter you from having a good time. Well, take care everybody and have a nice weekend. Bye bye.